What if I told you that you aren't just lying in your bed right now? What if you are actually a star, waiting to be born in the heart of a distant nebula? Tonight, we aren't just going to sleep. We are going on a journey across light years to find the peace you've forgotten. Leave your world behind. The cosmos is waiting for you. Are you ready to drift? Welcome, traveler. You have found your way here to this quiet corner of the night, and I am so glad you have. There is nothing you need to do now. There is no task to complete, no information to hold on to, and no destination to reach. You are exactly where you need to be. Imagine, if you will, the deep, velvet darkness of the sky. It is a soft darkness, warm, protective, and vast. Somewhere, in a place far beyond the reach of clocks and calendars, the universe is breathing. It is slow and steady. Can you feel that rhythm? A gentle rise and fall, like the softest tide pulling at the edges of your thoughts. In this space, time has no weight. It does not tick or push, it simply floats. You might imagine a great, golden light, swirling slowly in the distance, a quiet heart at the center of the dark. It isn't a place of chaos, but a place of gathering. Everything is coming together in a slow, rhythmic dance. You are safe here. You are drifting. You don't need to listen to every word. If your mind begins to wander, let it. If your eyes begin to feel heavy, let them close. The story will continue to wrap around you like a warm blanket, whether you are awake to hear it or lost in the soft haze of a dream. There's only the light, the darkness, and the beautiful, quiet birth of something new. The cradle of stardust. You are drifting now, further away from the noise of the world, deeper into the soft, indigo cradle of the cosmos. There's so much space here, so much room for your mind to simply be still. Think of the vast clouds of stardust, floating like pillars of silk in a velvet night. They are not solid. They are like the finest mist, glowing with the memory of a light that hasn't yet begun to shine. This is where it all begins, in the quiet, in the cold, and in the beautiful patience of the void. There is a gentleness in this dust. Each tiny grain is a piece of the infinite, dancing in a slow-motion swirl that takes millions of years to complete. You don't need to track the time. Here, a million years is just a long, slow breath. The dust gathers, pulled together by a force that is as soft as a whisper. It isn't a struggle, it is an invitation. The particles find each other, touching lightly, clinging to one another like the softest snow settling on a winter branch. As they gather, a warmth begins to grow. It is a very faint warmth at first, like the heat of a hand held near a candle. This warmth is the beginning of a heart, the center of a star that is dreaming itself into existence. You can feel that warmth too, can't you? It is a safe heat, a comforting glow that wraps around you, inviting you to let go of any tension held in your shoulders, in your hands, in your mind. You are part of this gathering. You are as light as the stardust, floating within the same peaceful clouds. The clouds are vast, stretching across distances that the mind cannot even try to measure. And that's okay. You don't need to measure anything. You don't need to understand the scale of the universe to feel its peace. Just imagine the colors, soft lavenders, deep charcoals, and the palest, most delicate golds, all bleeding into one another like ink in clear water. There are no sharp edges here. Everything is rounded, softened, and blurred. You might feel yourself sinking deeper into your bed, just as these clouds sink into themselves. It is a natural process, a graceful folding of the universe. The more the dust gathers, the quieter it becomes. The silence here is heavy and rich, like a thick velvet curtain that shuts out every worry, every thought of tomorrow, every memory of today. There is only this moment. There is only the slow, rhythmic pulse of the star cradle, rocking you, soothing you, reminding you that the universe is always creating, always resting, and always watching over you in the dark. The first glow of the hidden heart. The stardust continues to gather, falling inward with a grace that only the silent void can hold. It is a slow, endless descent, like feathers falling through a dream where there is no floor to meet them. You are there, drifting alongside these glowing particles, feeling the gentle pull of a center that is becoming a star. It is a pull you can trust. It is not a force that demands anything from you. It is simply a soft, magnetic suggestion to come closer, to rest, and to join the quiet warmth that is building in the deep. Imagine the center of this cloud. It is becoming dense, but it is a soft density, like the layers of a heavy silk quilt being folded over and over. Within this core, the warmth is no longer a whisper. It is becoming a steady, golden hum. It is the heartbeat of a sun that hasn't yet opened its eyes. You don't need to watch for the light. You don't need to wait for anything to happen. The process is so slow, so unhurried, that it feels as though time itself has decided to take a rest and watch this miracle unfold in absolute silence. Everything is moving in circles, wide, sweeping circles that spiral inward with infinite patience. The edges of the cloud are dark indigo, cool and vast, while the center is becoming a soft, radiant amber. You are floating between these layers, between the cool dark and the growing warmth. Feel the tension leaving your body, flowing out into the cold vacuum, where it simply vanishes. There is no room for tension here. There is only room for the slow, rhythmic rotation of light and shadow. The heat is increasing, but it remains a gentle, nurturing glow. It is the heat of a deep, dreamless sleep. It is the kind of warmth that makes your limbs feel heavy and your thoughts feel like distant echoes. The star is dreaming of its future light, and as it dreams, it pulls the surrounding dust into a tighter, more comfortable embrace. You are part of that embrace. You are wrapped in the same cosmic layers, safe from a noise, safe in the light of day, safe within the velvet folds of the newborn sun's nursery. You may find that you no longer need to follow the story. The words are just sounds now, like the low notes of a cello vibrating in a quiet room. The star is almost ready, but it is in no rush. It will wait for eons in this golden twilight, and you can wait here too. There is nowhere else to be. There is nothing else to do. Just breathe with the nebula. Just glow with the hidden heart of the star. Let the amber light fill the spaces in your mind until everything is soft, everything is blurred, and everything is perfectly, beautifully still. The soft awakening of light. The golden warmth has reached its fullness now. The center of a nebula is heavy with peace, saturated with a light that is finally ready to bloom. But this is not a sudden flash. It is a slow, quiet awakening. Imagine a flower opening its petals in the moonlight, one by one, over 1,000 years. That is how this star begins to shine. It is a soft, tender radiance, a glow that doesn't pierce the darkness, but gently kisses it, turning the indigo void into a shimmering garden of violet and gold. You're watching this from a place of perfect safety, drifting on the outer edges of this new light. You can feel the first rays of the star brushing against you, like a warm breeze on a quiet summer night. It is a light that asks nothing of you. You don't need to look at it, and you don't need to understand it. Just feel the way it softens the edges of everything around you. The darkness is no longer empty. It is filled with a gentle, pearlescent mist, reflecting the star's first morning. As the star begins to breathe its light into the world, it pushes away the leftover clouds of dust with a touch as light as a sigh. The clouds drift outward, thinning, becoming transparent veils of silver and lilac. You're floating within these veils, moving with them as they expand into the infinite. There is such a sense of relief in this movement. A letting go, a gentle release of everything that was held too tight. The universe is making room, and you are expanding with it, becoming wider, lighter, and more at peace. The light is steady. It doesn't flicker or fade. It simply remains a constant companion in the deep night. It reminds you that even in the furthest reaches of the void, there is warmth. Even in the deepest silence, there's a song being hummed by the light. You might feel your heart beating in time with this new sun, a slow, calm throb that says you are here, you are safe, and you are part of this light. Your thoughts are like those thinning clouds now, drifting further and further away until they're just faint streaks of color on the horizon of your mind. You don't need to follow them. Let them go. Let them dissolve into the silver mist. The star is awake, but it is a sleepy awakening, a state of being that is halfway between a dream and a glow. You can stay here in this half-light for as long as you wish, wrapped in the soft, newborn radiation of a sun that knows only peace. There is no morning to prepare for, no day to face, only this eternal, golden twilight that cradles you and whispers that it is finally time to rest. The lonely dance of the infinite. Now that the star has found its light, it begins its long, solitary journey through the deep ocean of the night. But it is not a lonely journey in the way we understand it. It is a peaceful solitude, a quiet wandering through a neighborhood of silence. The star is no longer a part of the cloud. It is its own world now, a steady point of gold drifting through the endless indigo. You're drifting with it, side by side, moving through the void with a stillness that feels like home. Imagine the path ahead. It is wide and open, with no obstacles and no noise. The star doesn't need to hurry. It has billions of years to cross this part of the sky. It moves so slowly that it seems to be standing still, suspended in a liquid darkness that supports its every movement. You too are suspended. Feel the support beneath you, the way your bed or your chair holds you, just as the fabric of space-time holds the star. You can let your full weight sink down. You are being carried by the universe, and it is a very strong, very gentle carriage. As you drift, you look back at the nebula where you began. It is now a distant, blurry glow of lavender and rose, fading into the background like a dream you had long ago. You don't need to go back. The future is just as soft as the past. Ahead, there are only the vast, open plains of the cosmos, stretching out in every direction, cool and dark and inviting. The star pulses with a low, rhythmic light, a steady "I am here," and you can feel that same pulse within yourself. You are here. You are drifting. You are safe. There is nothing to see here but the velvet blackness and the distant, twinkling diamonds of other faraway suns. They are so far away that their light takes years to reach you, appearing as soft, out-of-focus circles of light. You don't need to reach them. You don't need to go anywhere. The drifting itself is the destination. The movement is the rest. Like a boat on a perfectly still lake, you are gliding through the night, leaving no ripples, making no sound. Your mind might try to think of things to do, but there is nothing to do in the middle of a galaxy. There are no clocks here to tell you when awake. There are no mirrors here to show you who you are. You are just a point of awareness, floating in the warm glow of your own inner star. Let the vastness swallow up your worries. Let the darkness absorb your thoughts. They're just tiny specks of dust, and the universe is so very large. Breathe in the cool, dark air of the cosmos, and breathe out the golden warmth of the star. Over and over, a slow, shimmering loop of peace that never needs to end. The gathering of silent companions. As the star continues its slow, unhurried glide through the deep, it begins to sense the presence of others. Far across the velvet distance, other lights are glowing. Other suns that have made the same journey, born from the same dust and dreams. They are like distant lanterns on a vast, dark hill slope, flickering softly in the indigo wind. You are not alone in this void. You are part of a silent family, a gathering of glowing hearts that understand the beauty of the stillness. Think of these other stars as old friends who do not need to speak to be understood. Their light reaches out to you in long, thin threads of silver, connecting your path to theirs. You are all moving together, a slow-motion river of light flowing through the heart of the galaxy. There is no race here. No star tries to outshine the other. Each one has its own space, its own rhythm, and its own quiet purpose. You can feel that connection too, a soft, invisible web of peace that links you to the furthest corner of the cosmos. Imagine drifting into a cluster of these stars. It is like entering a garden made of light and shadow. The glow is no longer just golden. It is a tapestry of soft blues, pale pinks, and warm ambers, all blurring together in a beautiful, out-of-focus hum. You don't need to focus on any one light. Just let the collective radiance wash over you, like the warmth of a fireplace in a darkened room. It is a comforting presence, a reminder that you belong to this vast, beautiful order of things. The distance between the stars is vast, but it doesn't feel cold anymore. It feels like a protective cushion, a space where you can expand and breathe without touching anything but the soft fabric of the universe. Your thoughts are now like these distant stars, far away, glowing faintly and perfectly still. You don't need to visit them. You don't need to gather them. Just let them stay where they are, tiny points of light on the edge of your consciousness, while you stay here in the warm, supportive center of the now. The movement of the galaxy is like a slow, deep breath taken by the universe, in and out, rising and falling. You are tucked safely into one of its spiraling arms, held in place by forces so ancient and so gentle that they feel like a mother's touch. There is nothing to fear in this great assembly. There is only the shared peace of a billion suns, all watching over the darkness together. Let your mind sink into this shared glow. Let your body become as light as a ray of starlight, crossing the distances with effortless grace. You are home. You are among friends. And the night is very, very quiet. The stillness of the celestial loom. Imagine for a moment that the entire galaxy is a giant, silent loom, weaving a tapestry of light that never ends. Every star is a single thread, and you are one of them, woven deeply into the fabric of the night. It is a tapestry of infinite patience. There is no tension in these threads, no pulling, no straining. Everything fits perfectly together, held in place by the soft, invisible hands of the cosmos. You are part of this perfect design, a golden strand in a sea of indigo and silver. You can feel the stillness here, a stillness so deep it feels like a physical weight, but a weight that is light and comfortable like a heavy velvet blanket. The other stars around you are unmoving, yet you know they are drifting. It is a paradox of peace. Everything is in motion, yet everything is at rest. You don't need to reconcile these thoughts. Just let them float past you, like clouds reflected in a dark, still pool. You are the pool, and the stars are the reflection, steady, calm, and unreachable by any storm. The light from your neighbors is not a glare. It is a soft, rhythmic pulsing, like the distant blinking of a lighthouse seen from a long, long way away. It tells you that the universe is awake, so that you don't have to be. It is watching the darkness, so that you can close your eyes and trust the night. Feel the space around you once more. It is vast, yes, but it is not empty. It is filled with the presence of this silent family, a collective heartbeat that says, we are here, we are waiting, we are at peace. Your thoughts are becoming even thinner now, like threads of spun glass that are almost invisible. You don't need to hold on to them. If a thought appears, let it be caught in the loom and woven into the background. It doesn't need your attention anymore. It is just another part of the beautiful, quiet pattern. The galaxy is breathing for you now, a slow, deep, ancient breath that has been going on since the beginning of time. In this stillness, there's a profound sense of belonging. You are not a stranger in the dark. You are the dark itself and the light within it. You are the weaver in the thread. Let the silence of the loom lull you into a state where words no longer matter. There's only the feeling of being held, the feeling of being woven, and the feeling of absolute, unbreakable peace. The stars are your siblings, the void is your cradle, and the night is your sanctuary. Everything is exactly as it should be, the inner sanctuary of the star. Now, let your mind drift even closer to the heart of the star, into the very center of its golden glow. We are leaving the vastness of the galaxy for a moment to find the peace that lives within. Imagine that this star is not just a ball of fire, but a vast, hollow cathedral of light, a sanctuary made of warm, amber air where you can finally, completely let go. It is a world of soft, glowing curtains and floors made of liquid stardust, where every step you take is supported by a cushion of pure energy. Inside this sanctuary, the noise of the universe cannot reach you. The spinning of the planets, the rushing of the solar winds, the distant hum of other suns, it all fades into a soft, indistinct murmur, like rain falling on a faraway roof. You are in the very center of the calm. Here, the light doesn't shine from the outside. It radiates from within everything, including you. You are becoming a part of this golden atmosphere, melting into the warmth until you can no longer tell where you end and the star begins. Feel the heaviness of this peace. It is a sweet heaviness, the kind that pulls your eyelids down and makes your limbs feel like they're made of soft, warm lead. You don't need to move. You don't even need to think. Within the heart of the star, everything is already understood. There are no questions to answer, no problems to solve. There's only the steady, glowing presence of the now. The walls of this sanctuary are made of ancient light, held together by a love that is as old as time itself. As you rest here, imagine the light moving through you in slow, rhythmic waves. With every breath you take, you draw in a little more of this golden peace. With every breath you let go, you release a little more of the world. In and out, glowing and fading. You are like a small, quiet flame within a much larger fire, safe, protected, and perfectly still. The star is keeping you warm. The star is keeping you safe. Your thoughts are like tiny sparks now, rising from a fire and disappearing into the high, dark ceiling of the sanctuary. They don't need your focus. Let them rise. Let them vanish. There's so much room here for you to be empty. There's so much space for you to be silent. The heart of the star is a place of absolute rest, a place where the soul can put down its heavy coat and simply breathe. Close your eyes and feel the amber light behind your eyelids. Trust the warmth. Trust the stillness. You are at the very center of everything, and everything is at peace. The slowing heart of eternity. As the ages pass, the star begins to learn a new kind of peace. It is no longer the bright, young light it once was. It has become something deeper, something wiser, and much, much slower. Imagine the star's heart beating with the rhythm of eternity. Between each pulse, there are thousands of years of silence. You are resting within that silence, in the vast, quiet spaces between the heartbeats of the sun. Time here does not move in a line. It circles back on itself, like a gentle ripple returning to the center of a dark, moonlit pond. You don't need to count the moments anymore. In this place, there is no before, and there is no after. There's only the long, golden now. Feel how your own sense of time is beginning to dissolve. The worries about yesterday and the plans for tomorrow are like withered leaves falling from a tree, drifting away into the dark current of the galaxy. They are gone, and you are still here, floating in the eternal present of the star. It is a state of being where nothing is urgent and everything is complete. The light of the star has changed, too. It is no longer a sharp gold. It has softened into a deep, comforting crimson, the color of a setting sun that never quite disappears. This light is heavy and warm, like the glow of embers in a hearth after the flames have gone to sleep. It covers you like a soft, thick velvet cloak, pressing away the cold and the noise. You are so deeply tucked into this warmth that the rest of the universe feels like a distant, half-remembered dream. Imagine the star is sighing, a long, slow exhale that lasts for 1,000,000 years. With that sigh, it releases all its remaining energy into the dark. Let it go with a grace that is beautiful to behold. You are exhaling with the star. Let out all the breath you have been holding. Let out all the tension you didn't know you had. There's nothing to hold on to here. The universe is holding you, so you can let go of everything else. The slowing of the star is an invitation for you to slow down, too, to let your thoughts become as still as the distant nebulae. Your mind is like a clear, dark sky now, with only a few soft stars glowing on the horizon. There is no wind to disturb the stillness. There is no sound to break the peace. The star is resting, and you are resting within it. It is a deep, ancient sleep, the kind of sleep that knows no dreams, only the pure, uncomplicated joy of being still. Everything has slowed down to a beautiful, rhythmic crawl. Just breathe with the ancient sun. Just be in the crimson glow. You are a part of the long, quiet story of the cosmos. And for now, the story is just about this perfect, unhurried moment of rest. The gentle gift of light. The time has come for the star to begin its most beautiful transition. After eons of holding its light, it is now ready to share it back with the darkness from which it was born. This is not a loss. It is a gentle unfolding, a quiet release of energy that spreads through the void like a long, silver sigh. Imagine the star's edges becoming soft and blurry, its light beginning to dissolve into a fine, glowing mist of violet and pearl. You are there, floating in the center of this release, feeling the star's warmth turning into a cool, refreshing breeze. There is no struggle in this giving. The star is simply letting its outer layers drift away, petal by petal, into the deep garden of the cosmos. These layers are like delicate silk veils, transparent and light, carrying with them all the memories of the star's life, the heat of its core, the songs of the nebulae, and the silence of a journey. You don't need to hold on to anything either. Just like the star, you can let your own layers drift away. The things you have carried all day, the words you spoke, the things you felt, let them become part of this silver mist. Let them float away, lighter than air, into the infinite. The space around you is now filled with a shimmering radiance that feels like liquid stardust. It is a slow, rhythmic movement outward and upward. You are moving with it, feeling your own weight disappear entirely. You are becoming as light as a ray of moonlight, expanding with the star's gift. It is a feeling of immense freedom, of being everywhere and nowhere at once. The universe is receiving this gift with open arms, and you are tucked safely within that exchange. The light is becoming thinner now, more delicate. It is a soft, monochromatic amber that feels as cool and soothing as a deep shadow. You might feel a sense of profound gratitude in this moment, not for anything in particular, but for the simple, quiet beauty of the process. The star is teaching us that letting go is just another way of shining. The less there is of the star, the more there is of the peace it creates. Your thoughts are like those drifting veils now, transparent, silent, and moving further and further away. You don't need to see where they are going. You only need to know that they are leaving you in a state of pure, uncomplicated stillness. The star's heartbeat is very faint now, a tiny, distant pulse that sounds like the softest bell ringing in a far-off temple. It is a signal that everything is complete. The light has been given, the journey has been honored, and it is finally, truly, time to descend into the ultimate, dark embrace of rest. The ocean of infinite possibility. The star has released its outer veils, and now, what remains is a core of pure, concentrated peace. It is no longer a bright sun, but a silent seed of light, resting in the center of a wide, shimmering ocean of indigo mist. This mist is the leftover breath of the star, and it is full of everything that will one day become something new. But for now, it is just a vast, quiet sea of possibility. You are floating on the surface of this cosmic ocean, rocked by waves of light that are as slow as the movement of the tides under a distant moon. Imagine the color of this place. It is a deep, resonant blue, like the sky just before the stars come out, but filled with a soft, inner glow. Everything here feels liquid and smooth. There are no sharp edges, no hard surfaces, only the gentle, supportive flow of the space around you. You don't need to swim or move your limbs. The ocean of the void knows exactly how to hold you. It wraps around you like warm water, pressing softly against your skin, taking away every last ounce of weight from your body. In this ocean, the silence has a texture. It feels like silk. It tastes like cool air. You are breathing this silence in, letting it fill your lungs and settle in your heart. The star's gift has become a field of potential, a quiet garden where dreams are planted in the dark. You are one of those dreams. You are a thought of the universe, resting in the nursery of the night. There is no hurry for you to grow, or to change, or to be anything at all. You can stay in this state of becoming for as long as the stars exist. The vibration of the core, the tiny, dense heart of the old star, is a low, comforting hum. It is a frequency of absolute security. It says that you are part of a cycle that never ends, a story that is always being told in whispers. The energy that was once a burning sun is now a quiet invitation to rest. It is a reminder that even when things seem to fade, they're only preparing for a deeper kind of being. Feel your mind sinking into this indigo sea, drifting down through layers of soft, blue light until the world above is nothing but a faint, hazy memory. Your thoughts are like tiny bubbles of light, rising slowly through the cool water of the void and popping silently on the surface. They are gone before you can even name them. Let them go. Let the ocean take them. There is nothing you need to hold on to here. You are surrounded by the infinite, and the infinite is kind. It is patient. It is waiting for you to simply close your eyes and let the tide of the cosmos carry you into the deep, dark, and beautiful unknown. The velvet embrace of the void. The indigo ocean is deepening now, turning into a color so dark and so rich that it feels like pure velvet. The last ripples of the star's light have traveled far, far away, leaving you in a place of perfect, unadorned shadows. This is the void, the great quiet space between the stars. It is not an empty place. It is a full place. It is full of rest. It is full of safety. It is a vast, dark room that has been prepared just for you, where the walls are made of silence and the ceiling is made of eternity. Imagine yourself sinking into this darkness. It is not cold. It is warm and supportive, like a heavy quilt that has been warmed by the sun. You don't need to see anything here. In fact, the less you see, the more you can feel. Feel the way the darkness touches your forehead, smoothing away the lines of thought. Feel it touch your eyes, inviting them to stay closed, to rest behind their lids without searching for any light. You're in a sanctuary where sight is no longer necessary. You are learning to see with your heart, and your heart sees only peace. In this deep void, the concept of self begins to soften. You're no longer a person with a name, a job, or a history. You are just a quiet awareness, floating in a sea of ink. It is so liberating to be nothing for a while, to have no shape, no weight, no boundaries. You are melting into the dark, and the dark is melting into you. There's no longer a you and a universe. There's only this one, singular moment of existing in the shadows. You are as vast as the space between the galaxies, and just as quiet. The silence here is not the absence of sound, but the presence of a deep, resonant harmony. It is the sound of the universe resting. It is a low, steady vibration that bypasses your ears and speaks directly to your soul. It tells you that everything is okay. It tells you that you are loved by the stars and protected by the night. You are tucked so far away from the world of noise that even your own heartbeat sounds like a distant, rhythmic drum, calling you further into the dream. Your thoughts are like shadows moving within shadows. They have no color and no edge. They drift past you and disappear before you can grab them. Let them go. You don't need them where you are going. You are descending into the deepest part of the cradle now. The void is holding you close, whispering that the journey is over for now. There is no more light to follow, no more stars to birth, no more paths to walk. There is only the darkness, the warmth, and the beautiful, endless invitation to simply disappear into sleep. The dissolving of the final hour. In this deep, velvet darkness, something wonderful is happening. The invisible threads of time are beginning to unravel. For so long, you have lived by the sun and the moon, by the ticking of clocks and the passing of days. But here, in the heart of the void, time has no power. It is melting away like a piece of ice in a warm, dark sea. There is no now, no then, and no soon. There is only a single, long, unbroken moment that stretches out forever in every direction. You don't need to wonder what time it is. You don't need to know how long you have been here or how much longer you will stay. Imagine that the very idea of an hour has become as light as a dandelion seed, blowing away into the cosmic wind. You're stepping outside of the stream of time. You're standing on a quiet shore where the water never moves and the light never changes. This is the ultimate freedom, to exist without the pressure of the next second. Feel your breath slowing down to match this timeless space. Each inhale is a lifetime of peace. Each exhale is a release of an age. You are breathing with the universe now, and the universe is in no hurry. It has lived for billions of years, and it will live for billions more. And right now, it is choosing to spend this timeless eternity simply being still with you. You are held in a pause, a beautiful, golden pause between two heartbeats of the cosmos. Your memories of the day, of the weeks, of the years, they're becoming blurry and soft, like an old photograph left in the rain. The edges are fading. The colors are washing out into a gentle gray. You don't need to hold on to them. They are safe in the hands of the past, and you are here in the timeless sanctuary of the void. Let the minutes dissolve. Let the hours fade. They are just human inventions, and you are a celestial being, far beyond the reach of any clock. You are drifting in a place where eternity feels like a warm embrace. There is no alarm that will ring here. There is no sun that will rise to demand your attention. There is only the darkness and the stillness and the feeling of being completely unburdened by the weight of time. Your mind is a quiet room where the last candle has just been blown out. The smoke is curling slowly in the air, forming patterns that you don't need to understand. Just stay in the pause. Stay in the stillness. Let the timelessness of the stars become your own, until you are nothing but a quiet pulse in the heart of the eternal night. The symphony of the silent spheres. Even here, in the absolute darkness where time has dissolved, there is a melody. It is not a sound you hear with your ears, but a vibration you feel with your soul. It is the music of the spheres, the low, resonant hum of planets turning, of galaxies breathing, and of the void itself singing a lullaby to the stars. It is a symphony of perfect order, a song that has no beginning and no end. You are not just a listener anymore. You are becoming a note within this eternal, quiet chord. Imagine this sound as a river of liquid silver flowing softly through the room. It moves with a rhythm that is slower than your own heartbeat, a deep and ancient pulse that grounds you and lifts you at the same time. You can feel it in your hands, in your chest, and behind your closed eyes. It is a soothing frequency designed to harmonize every cell in your body. Every worry that ever lived in your mind is being tuned by this celestial music, smoothed out and softened until it becomes a part of the harmony. There is no tension that can survive this sound. It is like a gentle hand pressing down on your shoulders, inviting you to sink deeper into the silence. The music doesn't demand your attention. It doesn't have a melody you need to follow. It is just a presence, a warm and vibrating field of peace that surrounds you. You are floating on this sound like a leaf on a calm, dark pond. The music is the water, and you are the stillness. Think of the vibration as a soft light, pulsing in and out, in and out. It carries with it the wisdom of a billion suns and the patience of the endless night. As you listen with your heart, you might feel the boundaries of your body beginning to blur even more. You are the sound, and the sound is the space around you. There is no distance between you and the furthest star, because you are both vibrating to the same quiet song of the infinite. Your thoughts are like echoes now, growing fainter and fainter with every passing moment. They are drifting away, carried by the slow current of this cosmic music toward the edge of the universe. You don't need to call them back. You are left with only the hum, the beautiful, steady, and protective hum of the cosmos. It is the sound of total safety. It is the sound of being completely home. Let the symphony of the spheres lull you into that final golden layer of sleep where words fade, time vanishes, and only the peace of the music remains. The threshold of pure nothingness. The music of the spheres is fading now. The silver river of sound is growing thinner, quieter, until it becomes a single, beautiful thread of silence. You are standing at the threshold of pure nothingness, a place where even the whispers of the universe have gone to sleep. This is the ultimate rest. It is a space without color, without sound, and without thought. It is the deep, dark heart of the cosmic night, where everything that ever was and ever will be is held in a state of perfect, unmoving potential. Imagine this nothingness as a soft, black liquid that you are slowly sinking into. It is not cold. It is exactly the temperature of your skin. As you sink, the world above becomes a distant, glowing spark, and then even that spark disappears. There's nothing to look at, and that is a great relief. Your eyes can finally stop searching. Your mind can finally stop analyzing. You are being held by the absolute absence of everything that is heavy, everything that is loud, and everything that is bright. In this state, you are as vast as the void itself. There is no edge to your being. You are not just lying in a bed. You are the space that the bed exists in. You are the stillness that fills the room. You are the quiet that lives between the molecules of the air. Feel how light you have become. Without thoughts to hold you down, without a body to carry, you are as weightless as a dream that hasn't been dreamt yet. You are drifting in the center of the great silence, and it is the most comfortable place you have ever been. There's a profound sense of trust in this nothingness. You can let go of your very last anchor. You don't need to remember who you are. You don't need to remember where you are. The nothingness knows you. It has been waiting for you to return to its quiet embrace since the stars were first born. It is a home that requires no effort, a sanctuary that asks for no prayer. Just be, just drift, just dissolve. Your consciousness is now a tiny, flickering candle in a vast, dark cathedral. And now, very slowly, that flame is being blown out by a gentle, cool breath. The smoke curls for a second and then vanishes into the dark. There is no more fire, no more light, no more flicker. There is only the cool, dark, and holy silence of the void. You're safe here. You are free here. You are finally, completely at rest within the heart of the nothingness. The emergence of sacred calm. Out of the deep nothingness, a new sensation begins to bloom. It is not a thought, and it is not a light. It is a feeling of sacred calm that is as thin as a spider's silk and as vast as the galaxy itself. It rises from the center of your being like a slow, warm spring of water, bubbling up and over the edges of your mind. You are being filled with a peace that doesn't need a reason. It is a peace that simply is existing in the quiet spaces where everything else has fallen away. Imagine this calm as a pale, iridescent mist that is slowly beginning to swirl around you. It has no weight, but it has a presence, a gentle, cooling touch that settles over your brow and moves down through your body. As the mist touches you, every remaining flicker of restlessness simply dissolves. You're being bathed in the essence of the stars, in the quiet energy that remains when the suns have gone to sleep. It is a healing mist, washing away the echoes of the day and leaving only a clean, quiet stillness behind. You don't need to understand where this calm comes from. You only need to let carry you. Feel how your body is sinking even deeper now, not into the dark, but into this soft, glowing embrace. It is as if the universe has decided to tuck you in, pulling a blanket of pure serenity over your shoulders. You are so safe here. You are so cherished. In this sacred calm, there is no room for fear, no room for doubt, and no room for the noise of the world. There is only the breath of the cosmos, moving through you in a slow, steady tide. Your mind is no longer a place of movement. It is a still, clear lake at the edge of the universe, reflecting the soft, pale light of the mist. There are no ripples on the water. There are no birds in the sky. Everything is perfectly balanced, perfectly aligned. You are part of this balance. You are the stillness of the lake and the softness of the mist. You are the quiet pulse of the void, beating with a rhythm that is so slow it is almost a silence. Let yourself drift into the heart of this sacred calm. Let it wrap around your thoughts until they're nothing but soft, out-of-focus shapes. There is no tomorrow to wait for. There is no yesterday to remember. There's only this rising and falling, this glowing and fading, this beautiful, sacred peace. You are at the very center of the night's heart, and the night is whispering that you are finally, truly allowed to rest. The descent into cosmic slumber. You are crossing a bridge now, a bridge made of starlight and shadow, leading you away from the world of the living and into the realm of the great, cosmic slumber. Every step you take on this bridge makes you lighter. Every breath you take makes the world behind you grow dimmer and more distant. You are leaving the shore of wakefulness, drifting out into a sea where the waves are made of dreams and the wind is a quiet lullaby sung by the ancient dark. Feel the weight of this slumber. It is a heavy, golden cloak that the universe is draping over your soul. It is not the sleep of a tired mind, but the rest of a star that has finished its journey. Your thoughts are no longer words. They're just fading colors, sinking down, down, down into the cool depths of the night. You don't need to catch them. You don't need to name them. Let them fall like autumn leaves into a deep, dark well, until the surface is perfectly still once more. In this cosmic slumber, you are being held by the same gravity that guides the planets and keeps the galaxies in their slow, graceful dance. It is a force of infinite love and infinite patience. It doesn't ask you to be anyone. It doesn't ask you to do anything. It only asks you to surrender, to let go of the last thread of control and trust the vast, dark arms of the cosmos. You are sinking into a cradle that has been waiting for you for eons, lined with the softest dust of forgotten moons. Imagine your body becoming part of the bed, and the bed becoming part of the floor becoming part of the earth becoming part of the starlit sky. There are no boundaries anymore. You are expanding into the silence, becoming one with the slow, deep breathing of the universe. In and out, the stars are blinking with you. The void is resting with you. Everything is synchronized in a beautiful, unhurried rhythm of peace. You're almost there. The shore of sleep is just a heartbeat away. It is a soft, dark land where no shadows fall and no noise enters. A place of pure, white silence where you can finally put down the burden of your name and your life. The star that was born in the nebula has found its home in the dark, and you are finding yours. Let the cosmic slumber wash over you like a warm tide. Let it pull you under into the deep, sweet, and endless peace of the night. Sleep, just sleep. The weightless drift of the soul. The gravity of the world is gone now. It has let you go, releasing its hold on your tired limbs and your busy mind. You're no longer anchored to the earth, or to your bed, or even to the person you were just an hour ago. You are becoming a feather made of starlight, floating in a place where there is no up and no down. There is only the drift, the slow, effortless movement of a soul that has finally found its freedom in the great, dark ocean of the cosmos. Feel the lightness in your hands. Feel the lightness in your chest. It's as if you were made of the same thin, glowing mist that fills the spaces between the stars. You are floating through a corridor of indigo velvet, where the walls are so far away they feel like a soft, distant memory. There is no resistance here, no wind to push against you, no noise to pull at your attention. You are simply gliding, moving with the grace of a nebula expanding in the silent dark. As you drift, you might notice that your thoughts have become weightless too. They're no longer heavy stones that you have to carry. They're like tiny bubbles of light, rising away from you and vanishing into the vastness above. You don't need to follow them. You don't need to keep them. They are part of the distance now. You are left with only the sensation of floating, a rhythmic, rocking motion that feels like being cradled by the very hands of the universe. Everything is so quiet here. It is a silence so pure that it feels like music. You are sinking and rising at the same time, moving in circles that have no beginning and no end. You are part of the cosmic breath, a slow, deep inhalation that lasts for lifetimes. You are safe in this weightlessness. There is nothing to fall into because the universe is everywhere, and it is all holding you with equal tenderness. Let yourself go completely now. Let the last bit of tension dissolve into the starlight. You are a point of light in an endless field of peace. You are a dream floating in the mind of the night. There is no more world, no more time, and no more wait. There is only this beautiful, eternal drift toward the center of a deep and perfect sleep. You're almost there, drifting closer and closer to the softest shadows where the stars go to rest. The infinite pause at the edge of dreams. The drift has brought you to a place of perfect stillness. It is the edge of the world, the edge of time, and the very beginning of dreams. Imagine a vast, golden spiral, moving so slowly that it looks like a frozen photograph of light. This is the heart of the universe at rest. You have reached the infinite pause, that beautiful hollow moment between a breath out and a breath in. Here, everything stops. The stars stop their spinning, the light stops its traveling, and your mind finally stops its searching. You are resting in this pause. It is a space of total permission. You have permission to not think. You have permission to not remember. You have permission to simply be a part of the silence. Feel how the stillness is pressing softly against your skin, like the touch of a cool silk cloth. It is a protective stillness, a barrier that keeps out every flicker of the waking world. Inside this pause, you are invincible. You are untouchable. You are perfectly, beautifully alone, and yet connected to every atom in the cosmos. There is no more before, and there is no more after. There's only this singular, glowing point of existence. You might feel a tiny pulse, a distant vibration from the center of the galaxy, reminding you that life continues in its own slow way. But it doesn't need your help. It doesn't need your energy. You have given everything you had to the day, and now the universe is giving it all back to you in the form of this absolute, unwavering rest. Think of your consciousness as a drop of ink falling into a vast, dark ocean. Watch as it spreads out, thinning and fading, until the water is clear and dark once more. That is what is happening to your last remaining thoughts. They're spreading out, becoming so thin that they are invisible. You're no longer thinking, you're being thought. You are a part of the universe's own dream, a quiet reflection in the mirror of the night. The spiral of light is slowly dimming, turning into a soft, charcoal gray. The shadows are coming closer now, but they are friendly shadows, warm, familiar, and kind. They are tucking you in, whispering that the journey is fulfilled. There's nowhere left to go, because you're already everywhere. You are the stillness. You are the pause. You are the deep, dark, and holy night. Stay here in this breath, in this moment, in this perfect and final sanctuary of the soul. The eternal sanctuary of the soul. The infinite pause has deepened into a state of total, everlasting sanctuary. You have arrived. There is no more bridge to cross, no more ocean to float upon, and no more star to follow. You have become the sanctuary itself. Imagine a place within you that is older than the galaxies, a quiet, dark room that has always been there, waiting for you to return. It is a room lined with the velvet of the void, where the only furniture is the silence, and the only window looks out into the heart of the eternal night. In this sanctuary, your breath is no longer yours. It is the breath of the cosmos. Every cell in your body is now vibrating at the frequency of the deepest space, a frequency of absolute safety and unbreakable peace. You are tucked so far away from the world that even the memory of your own name feels like a story told in a different language a long, long time ago. You don't need that story anymore. You have a new story now. A story of silence, a story of stillness, a story of being. Feel the darkness wrapping around you like a cocoon. It is a protective layer, guarding your rest, ensuring that nothing from the outside can disturb this sacred moment. You are submerged in a pool of liquid shadow that washes away the last remnants of effort. Even the effort to breathe feels like it has been taken over by a much larger, much kinder force. You're being breathed by the universe. You're being held by the dark. You're being loved by the silence. Your mind is now a vast, empty hall where the echoes have finally died down. There is nothing left to say. There is nothing left to hear. The light of the star you once followed has finally faded into a warm, charcoal glow, and now even that is disappearing. You are stepping into the final, softest layer of the night, the place where the soul goes to forget and to be forgotten. It is a beautiful, holy forgetting. There is no more you. There is only the peace. There is only the dark. There is only the rest. The universe has closed its eyes, and you are resting behind them. Everything is complete. Everything is finished. Everything is at peace. Let the darkness take you now. Let the sanctuary hold you. Sink into the velvet. Sink into the quiet. Sink into the eternal, beautiful dream of the stars. The final good night of the cosmos. The journey of the star is complete. The light has dissolved, the motion has stilled, and the void has opened its arms to welcome you home for the final time. You are no longer drifting. You have arrived at the very heart of the silence. There is no more distance to travel, no more time to count, and no more self to carry. You are the night. You are the peace. You are the deep, dark, and beautiful end of all things. Close your eyes one last time, even if they're already closed. Feel the absolute stillness of your room, the weight of your body, and the infinite space that surrounds you. Everything is in its right place. The stars are watching over the world. The universe is breathing in its slow, eternal rhythm, and you are exactly where you are meant to be. There is nothing left to do. There is nothing left to be. The day is a ghost, and the night is your reality. As the last vibration of my voice fades away, let it take with it the very last spark of your consciousness. You are melting into the velvet blackness. You are disappearing into the softest shadows. The silence is now your blanket, and the darkness is your sanctuary. There is no more I, no more me. There is only the deep, dreamless rest of the cosmic ocean. The universe is whispering one last word to you. It is not a word of language, but a word of feeling. It is a word that means safe. It is a word that means home. It is a word that means peace. Listen to that word in the silence. Let it fill your heart until it overflows. Now let go of the last thread. Let go of the last breath. Let go of the last thought. The stars have gone to sleep, and so must you. Sleep now, in the arms of the infinite. Sleep in the cradle of the void. Sleep in the love that moves the galaxies. Good night, little star. Good night, brave traveler. Good night, beautiful soul. Sleep, sleep, sleep.